After that massive crash in the markets, folks, what are we buying now? A couple of altcoins that's kind of hot, kind of controversial. A lot of people are really into them. I'll tell you what we're going to talk about. These two coins I am dollar cost averaging into. I've got my limit orders placed on them. I'll tell you why I'm getting into them. After that crash, basically we saw Trump boys buying more Ethereum, and obviously the Ethereum and Ethereum ecosystem right now seems kind of like a no-brainer to get into. First, let's have a look at Bitcoin. This is one of those situations where people, including myself, thought we could have a shoulder head shoulder situation. See, this was never triggered. We never had one close below this 91.7K area, right? That's the neckline. Now people think this could be a double top. Technically it is until this neckline is broken. If not, then it could actually bounce and go up. I've said for a long time now, my target is 112 to 115K area. I'm a technical trader. When it gets there, we can tell. We'll be able to tell if it gets broken to the upside, then I readjust my thesis and I give a higher target after that. Until then, my target is 112 to 115 for now. I think we're gonna be bouncing between 2,900, which is here, right, to 2,600, which is here. And turned out that drop we had yesterday only got up to 2630, and now we're bouncing. The key is to hold this red line here. And this is how you can tell technical analysis is working. After this entire time, right, the market is holding this red line. This started in June 2022, and ETH really needs to close above it. We've had, the bounce to close above here. And I think there are too many shorts right now. So basically, we're going to get a squeeze. This 3590 area. Not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but in the coming weeks, I'm expecting a squeeze to this 3600 area. And then eventually, if I'm to be bullish, break this 4100 area and up we go. So now we really need the ETH to close like this on the weekly. That would be a massive, massive bottoming tail, be a very strong signal to get in, especially for the ETH ecosystem. We'll start off with one in the AI space. Oh, by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these coins. Not sponsored by any of these coins. I'm just buying some of these, right, for myself. This one's called Venice token, or VVV. You've probably heard about it, talked a lot about, because there's a lot of hype about VVV. What it basically does, you can access DeepSeek, the Chinese AI one, DeepSeek 671B, that's one of the programs, privately, with no storage of any of your content, your prompts, whatever. The only other way you can get that is run this DeepSeek 671B program on your own machine. If you want that kind of privacy, that kind of data protection, or you use this VVV thing, right? And it says no user data goes to Chinese government or American government, whatever. So that's one of the appeals of what they're doing. Right now, it seems to me that one of these AI agents out there is basically becoming a ChatGPT wrapper. It's like a wrap. It's like the outside. What's inside is my fist. That's ChatGPT. You have a wrapper put around it, and on the wrapper it says DJI. Oh, you go, oh, that's DJI. But what's inside is actually just my fist wrapping around ChatGPT. Except now people are saying this DeepSeek from China is obviously free. It's open source, which means your data is protected and all that. So they're doing the wrapper, right? Not around ChatGPT, but around this DeepSeek. So to me, it's not really innovation. I don't know if I like it so much, but the market seems to have a lot of hype around it. And I'll tell you why I'm getting into this VVV. The reason why I kind of like it is because, see, the launch, it had so much hype, it went to $22. And then it went to $3, right? I started dollar costing averaging in, doing more research because, there was so much hype, heard everyone talking about it. And then, boom, comes back to $3. So far, been dollar cost averaging in, if we look at it on the hourly, we're going to see that it's basically in a pattern that could break out. This bull wedge kind of situation developing. Basically, so it's at decision point, right? We could get a pullback here, right? Probably, for people who like futures, probably long it at $5.60 with a stop somewhere like below 520, right? And see if it breaks up this way. If not, then basically myself, I've just been buying it on spot every time it dips. It depends on what kind of plays you're into, spot or futures. This could be a good play because this was very hyped on the market, and thanks to that crash due to Trump's tariffs on Canada, it went from $22 on launch to $2.60. Wow. And now it's kind of double from there. So I've been dollar cost averaging in here. It's just another AI play. I don't feel either very strongly about it or negatively about it, but it's probably something, probably a bargain worth checking out. It's already at 500 million FDV, so it's not exactly screamingly cheap. Another coin that I'm looking at is something also that's had a lot of hype. The coin itself is actually called Hype, HYPE, which is Hyperliquid. What it is essentially, it's a on-chain DEX, kind of like GMX. And a lot of people like it because of the liquidity over there. So let's have a look at Hyperliquid. What I like about Hyperliquid, other than the fact that a lot of people have been talking about it, is the fact that look how well it performed during this crash. Like, it's already at 22 billion FDV, 22 billion, so it's 25 billion, so it's quite large already. But people like it so much, they think it's going to flip XRP, they think it's going to flip ETH, whatever. What I like about it is the fact that this was the day of the crash when Ethereum crashed down to 2100, right? Look at it. Look at the price of this hype. It basically did not move, actually went up 5% on a day when everything was crashing, right? On the day when everything was crashing, you could not tell there was a massive crash in the market. It went down to what, like 19.8. It didn't even take out this low or this low, these lows here, and it bounced up here, and then it's just moving in this upward channel. Its high was 35-ish, so we could see it do a cup and handle. So let me do that again. Cup would be like this, right, to 34, 35, and then handle something like this, and then boom, right, and runs up again. Yes, it's already at $28, the $25, so it's not exactly, it's that $25 billion market cap, so it's not cheap at all. It's not cheap at all, but it's roughing up a lot of feathers, because if you listen to CZ, the founder of Binance, this is how you know when something is worrying them, because he actually had to make a couple of tweets. You can search his tweet and say, oh, they're doing this right, but they're doing this wrong, and I believe, Binance, we're the long-term builders, in the long run will whatever. So the fact that the king, right, in crypto, which is CZ himself, have to comment and address this issue, that means they're already presenting a challenge to him. I'm not sponsored VVV or Hype or any of the coins that I'm talking about here. That's just my opinion. These are two coins that I'm dollar cost averaging into. Futures play could work on them as well. I've shown you guys the pattern I expect on them. Thank you guys for your time. Tune in for the next episode.